Hey everyone, I'm Scott Sery, the founder of Know to Grow, where I take you from having no idea how to make money without a boss to growing that idea so that you can live a life of freedom. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about what it means to live a life of freedom and how one young man, but I say young man, but I think he's actually about the same age as I am, it's how he took the plunge to making more money and living life on his own terms. This is the story of Joe Mihalic. Joe has a book out there, he's got a blog, and if you search for No More Harvard Debt, there's actually quite a bit of information surrounding this. Anyway, Joe earned his MBA from Harvard in 2009, and he graduated into a world of a bunch of student debt. And it's actually far worse for those graduating now because tuition rates have just been climbing. So Joe had about $101,000 in debt, and he paid the minimums on them. And after 2 years, he'd paid over $22,000 just to see his debt go down to about $91,000. And at this rate, it was going to take him forever to pay it down and cost a ton in interest. So he made a plan that he would wipe out that debt in 10 months. It was ambitious, but he had a pretty good job, and he was going to be going about this as a hard-hitting debt reduction program. He knew that slashing unnecessary expenses wasn't going to be enough. But he also had to earn more money. Now, here are a few of the ways that he would cut costs and throw more of that money at his debt. So every time he'd go out, he'd take a flask with him. This isn't recommended. You can actually get into a lot of trouble for bringing your own booze into restaurants. He paused the contributions to his 401k. Notice it's a pause. He didn't stop them completely. He skipped all the luxuries like travel, weddings, most parties. He wouldn't eat out anymore. He didn't upgrade his wardrobe. There were no purchases that weren't necessities to live. He sold a car, a motorcycle, a bicycle, and a bunch of other things that he didn't need. And then he went another step and he started making some extra money. He got roommates for his house. He converted an office into a bedroom. He tried pedicabbing. That's kind of like a bicycle cab thing. And he started a landscaping business with his friend. The result of slashing those expenses and working his ass off was that 7 months later, his debt was completely gone. Joe's story is extraordinary only because most people don't do it that way. Most people see their debt and they say, well, that's life, just gotta pay the minimums. And the problem with that way of thinking is that we trap ourselves into thinking this is as good as it gets. And that there aren't ways to get out of the circumstances that we've been dealt. The good news, however, is that we can get out of it. You are not a slave to your circumstances. You are not a slave to your debt. You're not stuck with the hand you've been dealt, and you do have the power to change. What happens, though, is that most people have no idea how to get started on that change. And that's why I created Know to Grow. I walked you through, step by step, how you can break away from the shackles that are holding you back. All you have to do is go to www.knowtogrow.com and sign up for free. From there, you can be on your way to living a life without debt, filled with freedom, and on your own terms.